Well, greetings everybody. So first off, the winner of the latest t-shirt drawing is Jay Petrovsky. So Jay, drop me a line via email to george@jumpingoffthecliff with your shipping details and what size you prefer. I'm pretty limited on size, but I will do my best to get you something that fits. Also, just a reminder, that drawing continues, and there's a link in the description to it, as well as a drawing for a UV5R radio and accessories donated by a channel member, Harold Stark, which is greatly appreciated. I thought it was pretty cool. He went to a fair amount of expense to send that to me, so it's great that I can give that away courtesy of Harold Stark. So, hey, finally, a real train hopping video. It's been one of those summers where it's been tough to get this in. But I've always wanted to ride across this fantastic bridge in southwestern Kansas called the Samson of the Cimarron. And it's a 1930s or so, I think, Art Deco sort of structure, massive structure over the Cimarron River, just east of Liberal, Kansas. And I visited that before and always wanted to ride a train over it. So that is the objective. So first step is to get through Kansas City. Let's see what happens here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Well, that's pretty crazy. They cleared everything out of the middle here. They're doing some kind of work in the Great Room at Union Station. Pretty wide open. Like the corn's starting to turn color. Won't be too long until I start harvesting it.
Okay, I see some damn dog in Mississippi. Is about a yeah, their business. There's spot dot. Whatever, listen to talk. It's not 15 minutes.
You can leave that there so they know.
Okay, it's the waterfall.
Yeah, and then once you get settled, you can come outside for a fresh air break. Okay. I get a little bit of eagle. Okay. Or eagles. You got on David Delson. Well, I think there's one that is your birthday. Oh, are you trying to get food?
I'm going up to the. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going up.
You go upstairs. I don't know where you're sitting, but you're going upstairs. Unless you want to step off for a fresh air break.
I got turned around, horses stairs.
All right, here. You're right here.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
where are you getting off at?
Well, I'm just going to relax along the Mississippi here and worry about everything tomorrow, what I'm going to do exactly. Anyway, time to relax. Everybody's coming home, I guess. Maybe the river's a safe place to spend the night. Well, they're opening the bridge. For this tow going upriver. Might be a full tow in front of it. I don't know what this is. Got all kinds of sparkly stuff going on it. So the barge is giving way to whatever this other boat is. Well, that's some kind of tour boat or what that is. My stuff was a little bit wet this morning. Had to get my tarp out, cover everything. I like camping right on the banks of the Mississippi, but man, it usually doesn't have all this, excuse me, all this driftwood along here. I managed to find a spot amongst all the driftwood though that put me right on the banks. You can hear a train coming across the bridge. It's going to be a gorgeous day, but it's going to be way warmer than it has been, so shorts and a t-shirt today. I was in town getting some breakfast, and I was going to try and get some drone video of the bridge opening, but nothing was coming to make the bridge open that I could see anytime soon. So I went to the Amtrak station, took advantage of the facilities, charged my phone a little bit, and then they have a patio with some nice benches in the shade, and I stretched out and took a little nap and was woken up by a police officer. The Amtrak lady recognized me as a YouTube train hopper and decided to call the police. So anyway, I had a nice conversation with the police officer, and he went in, put the lady at ease, because I told him I would just vacate the premises, which I did. You know, I don't want to be making people nervous, but at the same time, I rode in on Amtrak, and I was seriously considering riding out on Amtrak because it's way hotter today than I thought it would be, especially up here, and I'm not sure I want to battle that heat. But anyway, the train was running late. That kind of made my mind up. I decided to hell with it. So anyway, so the officer gave me this little card they hand out in Iowa. First offense is $630. Second is $1,205. Third is $1,780. So yikes. A little pricey in Iowa. But anyway, I plan on not being guilty of trespassing. Oh man, crazy stuff. But you know, that comes with being recognized on YouTube. So anyway, as I'm walking across the parking lot, I hear this George, and this guy comes trotting up to me, and Randy Nelson, I believe his name was. Good guy, really good guy. And he introduced himself, told me he was a fan of the channel. And he was passing through town and heard on the scanner this police call about a guy, you know, hopping trains at the Amtrak station. And he thought, you know, I wonder if that's George. I'll go see. And sure enough, it was. But obviously, I don't hop freight trains at Amtrak. And I do hop Amtrak with a ticket, you know. It's the only way you're going to get on, typically. I wouldn't risk stowing away on Amtrak because I like to use Amtrak, so I'm not going to violate any Amtrak rules, that's for sure. Anyway, fun stuff. Just waiting on my train.
I've got one particular train that I want to ride, and knock on wood, it'll be coming shortly. Oh well. Not perfect. I can always move later if I want to. Oh. Well, we'll see how this works out. I'm not going to unpack anything, just in case. Getting old. That first step up with a pack's on's a bitch. That's for sure. Especially when you do it twice. Well, this is the train I wanted, specifically to go southwest of Kansas City. I really wanted to ride Clean Face today, but I don't know. Out of that sun, the way these cars are assembled, I could see I was going to have equipment in the way every time. At that end of the car, you know, I'd have to walk a lot further down the train probably to find something. And between the rail cam and the cops, who knows what they're looking for here. At one time, a friend of mine told me that this line was so busy on the Santa Fe that they kept crew changes down to about 90 seconds. Crazy. Perfect. My little speed app showed. Crazy. That's why I like riding out west. Get that little speed factor going. On this strip, the fewer trees there are going to be. Wow, my Google map started messing up, wouldn't let me search for La Plata or Marceline. I wanted to make sure I stayed down through La Plata. But apparently I already blew through there. Hopefully I was down. There's always a lot of rail fans there. And the rail, virtual rail cams there also. We have been screaming. Now we've slowed down a little bit. planning on it. Maybe they've started on it. Well, we are stopped. Now, the question is, do I have enough time to run up to that little better ride? If I'm riding facing into the sun anyway. I don't know if it's worth packing back up or not. I might have to think about it. Well, one advantage of this choke point is that I was able to move up here and I don't have any bars, so I can spin around without my legs being all screwed up, and I could actually hide underneath here if I needed to. So yeah, I'm glad I took advantage of that quick stop. We've been cruising like crazy, so making good time. Got a rattle trap in front of me. Kansas City area. Now I don't know what happens once we get to Kansas City. I'm anticipating this train doing a crew change and then rolling on. But if it doesn't, I'll have to bail. So, we'll be prepared either way. What happens here, I'm expecting to continue on, but what I want to have happen and what actually happens aren't necessarily the same thing.